3x squared minus 5x minus 2. And for the product, we're going to use -2 and 5, -2 and 3, and for the sum, the -2. So let's see. So 3 times -2, and the sum is b, which is -5. And what is 2 times -3?
-6.
What are any two numbers whose product is -6? Any? 2 and -3, and 2 plus -3 is -1. Since our number is smaller than the goal, that means the two numbers that we're adding need to be farther apart. So are there two factors of -6 that are farther apart?
1 and 6.
1 and 6, and which one do you want to have be negative?
1.
Okay, good. That gives us -1 plus 6, which is
Negative 5.
positive 5. How can we tweak this? Because we've got the right numbers now, but we want -5.
-6, negative.
Good. So if we use the numbers -6 and +1, we will indeed get -5. And let's rewrite this. So we have 3x squared minus 6x plus 1x minus 2. And why did I put the -6x first? It has a negative. In fact, we're gonna do this one both ways and see if it really is easier. So we can put grouping in here without doing any extra work. What's common between 3x squared and -6x? The 3. And is there any variable common? Good. 3 divided by 3 leaves,
1.
and we had 2 x's, we pulled 1 away, we're left with
1. X.
6 divided by 3,
2.
and we had 1 x, we pulled it, or do we have any left?
No.
Good. What's common between x and -2? 1. And for factoring by grouping, it helps to write that 1. What is good about this step? What does this step tell us? What does this step tell us? Yes, good. So we know we're doing this correctly because the stuff in the parentheses that's left matches. And let's pull that out. So x minus 2 times, what's left in this first hunk? Good, and we're done. Let's do this same problem using 3x squared plus x minus 6x minus 2, because that is also correct. So we've got 3x squared plus x minus 6x minus 2. And this time, when we put grouping in, what do we have to do? Can I just put grouping around the 6x and the -2? Yeah, just put parentheses in there and not change anything?
Yes.
Let's see. So right now, we have a negative times 6x, and that is negative 6x, that's what we want. And we have a negative times a negative 2, and that is that negative positive? That's positive. Did we want a positive 2? We want a negative 2. So we have to change one of the signs. Okay, now what's common between the first two terms? One, any variable? Good. And we're not pulling any numbers, so I know that 3 is left. We had 2 x's and we pulled 1. So what's left? Good. We had 1 x, we pulled it, we're left with 1. Good. And between the 6 and the 2, what's common? 6 divided by 2?
3.
And we still have that x. 2 divided by 2.
1.
This is where we know whether or not we're doing it correctly. And how do we know that, yes, we are doing it correctly? They match, that's right. So we have 3x plus 1 times x minus 2. We got the same answer. Was it the same difficulty level?
No. Yes.
This one we had to do an extra step. So any time the factors are positive and negative, put the negative one first. Well, let's practice multiplying things out. Let's find the product of x minus 2 and 3x plus 1. We're gonna distribute. So x times 3x
3x squared.
x times 1
X.
negative 2 times 3x
Negative 6x.
and negative 2 times positive 1.
Negative 2.
All right, do we have any like terms?
Yes.
Good. So we're left with 3x squared, x minus 6x.
Negative 5x.
Good. And then the minus 2 stays.
That's the same thing we started off with.
Yes, yay. Is it wrong to say, is it better to say negative 2 or minus 2?
Negative.
If you're saying it by itself, negative 2 is correct. If you're reading it, you can say minus, but it is not wrong to say minus 2. It's just better to say negative 2. Any questions before we go on? Okay, Groovy? I want y'all to do these next two. So let's factor 2x squared minus 3x minus 5, and then factor 3x squared minus 8x minus 3. And if you want, Danielle, you can pause the recording.